Hey, welcome to Jules Blessed Vegan, day 80. Bum, ba-da-da, do. That's my little celebration. 20 days. That is fabulous. That's 1/5 of our goal to 100 days of our best version of ourselves in the new year. For people who just joined us, rock and roll. You are perfectly on time. Do not worry about that. You are 1 day in or 1 hour in. I don't know. But let's keep making best choices, right? As we pick this new lifestyle that benefits everyone, mostly the earth, yay, hello animals, I'm sure they're thanking us, and of course ourselves. It's all fabulous, win, win, win. So I wanted to talk about self-acceptance. And I was like, God loves you. Do you? That's what my title is, because do you love you? And doesn't even matter if you love yourself. For the longest time, all of my youth, for which I barely have any photos at all because I was in such self-hatred, it didn't belong to me, but the message around me was kind of that on a really deep level, because in life, oh my gosh, please, I was class clown, I was class president, I was like all of it, but inside, I never felt like I was enough, and sadly, that would come through, and frankly, at some point, people just got tired of it. It was like, you know what? How many times can you put yourself down? We're exhausted. I got it. Oh my gosh, I got it. And then also somebody was like, if God loves you and God infinitely is part of you, you're the temple of your soul and the soul is from God, you better figure out how to at least love the God in you. At the very least, can you celebrate that? So I had to ponder that for a long time. But the reason this whole self-acceptance thing came up is because what happened to your face, Juliana? Glad you asked. Lack of self-acceptance. That was lack of self-acceptance. I was like, I look 100 years old. I am 52 years old, right? So I just have to admit that I accidentally got older while I was in my food coma, okay? I've been comatose for years, binging my head off, was swelled up like a balloon, and as I'm deflating, hello, my age is showing. So I kind of panicked and I was like, in my arrogance, I'll use one of those face scrubber things. And there's a dry patch right here. I decided to face scrub my face off, right? And I was just like, where's your self-acceptance, girl? How can you just accept, yes, you've aged. Yes, you're wearing a 52-year-old face. I don't know how it happened either, but you are. And are you more than that? I know some people are really proud because I earned every wrinkle. I earned every gray hair. Yeah, not so much. I may have earned that, but to be fair, I abused my body for years. From food, alcohol, a pill gourmet, and then, for safety, mostly food. But I mostly thank my skin. When I try and think, can I accept myself? I want to thank my skin. Is it beautiful? No, it's not beautiful because it's been through a lot, right? I've been through sun. I was a, beach bunny and a swim team girl and everything else. It shows time. But I'm so grateful that it's willing to recover. That I balloon 150 pounds. I'm not kidding you. I weighed 330 at my top. And then deflate, to 200 or deflate to 180 or whatever, and then go right back up another 100 pounds. May that not be my truth again in this lifetime, but I'm thankful to my skin that it tries to rewrap itself and to say, you know what, we're still here for you, Jules. I'm like, yay. I can be grateful for that. So when I feel badly about myself, I have to go through 3 things. 1, is it valid? Is it even true? Whatever it is that I'm feeling bad about or whatever. So take a moment and sit with it. Is it valid? 2, if it's something that I can fix. Like right now I'm trying to fix my body by, eating properly and losing weight. If it's something I can fix it. And then most importantly, let it go. If there's still stuff that I'm fretting over from my youth, and I am, and occasionally it gets triggered, like I said on social media, you're friends with people from kindergarten. Needless to say, they don't remember me looking like this in kindergarten. Though to be funny, if you saw the record of my pictures, you just go, So when did you age? Yeah, I'm kind of miraculous that way. But I have to say, okay, is it reasonable? Can I fix it? And then most importantly, can I let it go? Because God doesn't want us like in a box. We were talking about being in a box the other day and how people kind of box us in a corner. Well, guess who's the biggest, victim of that? It's us doing it to ourselves. We bully ourselves into a box. We decide for ourselves that we're still the whatever it is, wallflower, bully, class flunky, whatever it is. Like we keep that in our minds and we put ourselves down before anybody else. Certainly that was my truth. I was busy saying, oh, I'm so ugly, I'm so this, I'm so that. At the risk of anybody else affirming it, I already said it way worse than anybody else. And so what it is kind of sitting with that and saying, one, how can we change the recorder? Right? Because we are all, just by virtue of being on the planet, just by virtue of being created, no one else in all of time, before, after. People say, oh, we all have a double. I don't know if we have a double or not, but what I know is we all have our unique, fiber, and we've all been created one time in all of time. Can we sit with that a minute? And just say, wow, that's pretty fabulous, right? So I was just thinking, I have to work on self-love. I have to be patient with myself, show myself that I'm worthy of eating right, worthy of taking time for myself, not serving the planet every minute to my detriment or being served with a side of resentment, right? But serving truly out of grace and love. So it's just stuff that I work on. So God loves us, but do we have to love ourselves? At the very least, I think we're called to love our inner creation and soul that he dared to take the time to do and be grateful for that. And if the rest comes, fabulous. We're not talking arrogance. We're just talking being at peace with who we are. It's a lot of work and it's something I work on all the time, but I know it's worthwhile. So that's kind of the talk of the day. What are you guys thinking? Are you required to love yourself? I thought for years it was enough for me to just love God and other people. But when people say that your cup needs to be replenished, otherwise you'll thirst to death. We were just reading a folktale in here where the person had to take a risk. Either they needed to dare to pour out the cup of water so that other travelers would have the grace to drink in the future, which would be a very selfish act. Or they were going to drink just that tiny little cup and hope it was enough to satiate them. For those of them who dared to pour the cup, water flowed like no one's business. And for those who only drank the cup, inevitably they died before they got home on their journey. So yeah, can I love myself enough so that I have enough replenishment to serve others with grace and not resentment? I like the idea of that. Okay, so that's my profound thought of the day, but mostly, woohoo, 20 days. Let's keep going, peeps. 100 days, best version of ourselves, right? I hope you have a fabulous day, and until we talk again, be blessed.